Well. So, today's a great video. We're going to go ahead and get into this topic. So, stay to the very end to understand why. If you are an incel, it is 100% by choice. Unless you are someone who has like a physical disability to where, you were born with a deformity, then I understand. Even then, I believe that there's hope in the world, right? Somehow, some way. But in that case, I understand. If it's like you're in a wheelchair and something really bad happened to you, I completely understand that. Okay, but if it's just, oh, I'm ugly, oh, I'm fat, oh, that is 100% by choice. And the reason why I'm making this video, right, is because I recently just got the meta glasses, right? Because I'm about to start doing some POV Riz content, right? And I went to two malls yesterday. I went to Millennium Mall here in Orlando, and I went to the Florida Mall. And both of those malls are super busy. Hella women, right? The thing is, I went towards like 7 p.m. I didn't realize that they closed. So I'm going to have to go again when it's busy and it's not about to close, right? But I was thinking about this. I was like, if you are an incel, it is 100% by choice. And I'm going to tell you why. And I already know. Listen. Anytime you see the word incel in the in the title, it's like summoning this one incel that always comments on my videos every single time. He tries to be a hater, but let's be honest. At this point, he's a fan. He comments on like every single video. Even if I don't post about incels for months, boom, it's like he's summoned. So, buddy, I know you're watching, and hey, stick around, Listen to what I'm telling you and actually soak it in. But if not, I know he's going to leave a comment, and you could just pay attention that it's all just excuses, right? Because the guys who are like, oh, but it's just looks, you don't understand. I bet you that they are not in the best shape of their life. If he was in the absolute best shape of his life, then I'd be like, I see he's trying at least. But people just use that as an excuse, right? So if you're an incel, it is 100% your choice, okay? Yesterday, when I was going out trying to find some content, right? I'm trying to find some content, okay? Nothing else. I'm just a guy trying to find some content, all right? You guys don't have no consideration for my feelings. But if you guys want me to go out there and, fuck some bitches, I'll do it for you guys, okay? I wouldn't want to do something like that. I'll do it for you guys. I know you guys view me as a piece of meat. I know you guys just think of me and say, wow, Abdiel is just so sexy and he can get any woman he wants and getting pussy for him is just extremely fucking easy. I understand, but have some consideration for my damn feelings. You don't know what it feels like to be this damn sexy. Have some consideration for how my mental health is, okay? But anyways, when I was going to the mall, right? To be honest, I wanted to stay home. When you've had enough pussy, it's like, some days you just don't give a fuck about it, right? But as I was driving over there, I was like, this is what a lot of men don't want to do. And this is why so many men are incels. Because you actually have to leave the house. Newsflash, you have to leave the house. So many guys, and I bet you the guy that I've summoned you. And I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are, buddy. So, I've summoned you. Listen, I bet you, these guys, what do? They go home. Maybe if they go to school, and then they come back home. And then maybe, just maybe, they go to the gym, they come back home. And that's it. And then they wonder why. I'm an incel. It's women's fault. Oh, but I'm ugly. Oh, but my Johnson is not big. Oh, but I'm not as sexy as Abdiel. All this shit, right? You don't leave the fucking house. And then if you do leave the house, right? You go to a mall or you go somewhere, a mall, right? The other day I recorded POV Riz, right? Approaching a woman, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to post it yet until I have like multiple approaches, right? I showed my mom and she was like, oh, Abdiel, I'm thinking about this from a motherly perspective and you wouldn't get her hopes up and break her heart, right? Like, come on, Mom. You think I, a very nice guy, would do some shit like that? Of course not. I'm a nice guy, okay? But until I have like 10 different approaches and I can post them all, simultaneously. Because if they start getting views, I want to make sure I got the supply and demand. You got to understand the business and how it works, right? So I want to get a few approaches before I post them. But this is what I was thinking, right? When a guy says, oh, but I'm an incel and it's women's fault and it's this and it's that. Listen, you have to approach women. And here's the thing. When I say that there's billions of women out there, right? I say there's billions of women out there. Guys say, oh, you're telling me to approach billions of women? You are a fucking idiot, okay? If that's what you think, you are a fucking idiot, all right? I'm not telling you to approach a billion women. But sales and dating are exactly the same, okay? Sales and dating are exactly the same. Let's just say you have a job in sales, right? Or you have a business, whatever the case may be, right? What is sales? You have a product. You are the salesman, you are the seller, and there is a buyer out there who has a problem, needs a solution, and your product solves that problem, right? Let's just say they're hungry. McDonald's, what problem do they solve? They have food. Let's just say, you're hungry, but you want to sit down. You go to Chipotle, right? Let's just say you're hungry, but your problem is you don't have much time, right? That's when you go somewhere like a drive-thru, right? So there's different problems and there's different solutions. That's what the business world is. Whether it's a service, a product, whatever the case may be, right? McDonald's, it's quick. So it solves your time issue. It solves your food issue, right? If you have a craving for sweets, they have ice cream, right? So that's the problem. In dating, right? In dating, I am the salesman, right? I am my own product. And this is why a lot of you guys are fucking incels. Because your product is fucking shit. You just expect people to just buy your product, right? It's like if you went to Chick-fil-A and they just threw shit on the plate. They were like, yeah, fuck this shit. Yeah. A patty, throw that bitch on there. Oh, some lettuce, throw that bitch on there, yeah? Oh, shit, let me just step on it real quick. Yeah, let me spit in that bitch. Yeah, he should just have it. And then if you say, well, sir, I don't really want this. This doesn't really look too good. You're the fucking problem. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? Tell me, how does that make sense? You're the problem, sir. No, you put no effort into your presentation. You put no effort into your product, okay? The reason why I am the sexiest man alive and I can get any woman that I want is because I put work into myself. I am my product and I am my salesman. The same way that you are your product and you are your salesman. So my product, I put work into it. I put effort into it, right? I go to the gym every day so that I can make sure that, when I'm in the bedroom and I take my shirt off and I take my pants and whoa, let's not get too, risque. But when when I'm butt ass naked, I look good. Why? Because I put an effort. It's not like some fat guy that doesn't take care of his product and then he wants to blame the women, right? Your product is shit. My product is pristine, okay? When I wake up, I brush my teeth. That's a part of my product, right? Make sure that my breath doesn't smell like straight shit. Okay? A lot of you guys, some people be talking to me and I'm like, holy shit, this motherfucker's breath stinks, right? About to burn my fucking nose hairs off. Rest in peace to all the nose hairs that have died out of my nose because motherfuckers with stank breath. Okay? So that's part of my product, right? I wake up, I use some nice, toothpaste. I scrape my tongue with a tongue scraper, right? So I can make sure that my teeth look clean, my teeth look white. And when I speak to a woman, it's not burning her nose hairs off. What else? I cut my hair once a week. That is a part of my product. Some of you guys, you don't take care of your product. You look all disheveled. You look like a homeless man, right? You're over here approaching a woman, and she's about to be like, oh, yes, sir, I have a spare $1 for you. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. Sorry about that, buddy. Here you go. Have this $1. And you're like, I was just trying to get some coochie. Yeah. Here you go, sir. Here, have this $1. Buy yourself something, whatever you need, right? She thinks you're homeless. Because you don't even take care of your fucking product. You don't cut your hair. I always cut my hair. Right now, before this video, actually, in order to look presentable, I didn't cut my hair because it's going to be a couple more days until I cut my hair. But what did I do? I used my straight razor and I trimmed this up, right? That is putting effort into my product. That's just learning how to be presentable into the world. You can't blame a woman for not liking what she sees when you put no effort into it. And that's why I say these incels are 100% by choice. Because show me one incel. All these incels that comment in the comments, right? comment in the comments. They blame the women. They say you don't know what it's like. They say, oh, but you're handsome. You're the sexiest man in the world, and we are not. Well, listen, I put effort into it. Show me one that has put in effort into every area of their life. Show me one that is in the best shape of their life, because they just think this shit just magically happens, right? They just think if you're handsome, they don't know what it feels like. You have a choice. You are a lazy motherfucker. And you just choose to stay the same, and you use an excuse, right? That's why this guy that comments all the time, right? That's why he always comments, because I'm attacking his excuse. His excuse is that you're the sexiest man in the world. I just think you're the most sexiest man in the world. I have posters of you all over my wall. Literally, I have a whole shrine of you because you are the sexiest man in the world. And I'm not comparable. Listen, you don't put in no effort, right? If you were to get into the gym, right, because this doesn't happen by accident. If you were to get into the gym every single day and work out for at least an hour or 45 minutes, if you were to track your calories every single day, make sure you hit your protein goals, make sure you are in a caloric deficit so that you look lean. If you were to brush your teeth, scrape your tongue so that your teeth are nice and your breath doesn't stink. If you were to get yourself a nice fade every single week. If you were to buy some nice expensive cologne so that when you walk past the woman, you smell good. She looks by and she's like, oh, who is that? If you were to put on deodorant every single day, right? So that you don't smell musty and you don't smell like you're from, hey, I'm not trying to get canceled. Anyways, right? If you were to put in some effort into your appearance, into your attire, into your wardrobe, and you walked out, you're looking clean, you're looking crispy. If you were to put some effort into your social skills, so, when you walk outside the house, I have social anxiety. Socializing is a skill. Socializing is a skill. Name me one skill that you started at and you weren't anxious. If you were going to ride a bike for the very first time, it's a skill, right? Very first time, what happens? You're nervous, you're anxious, because your skill level and the competency, your competence is down here, right? But the more competent you get, the more confident you get. Your confidence and your competence are linked. If you're not very competent at something, you're not going to be very confident at it. So if you were to put effort into your social skills and every day you went out there, you talked to this person, you talked to that person, you were talking to the cashier, you were talking to that person, right? You're working on your skills. You were approaching women. Even when your skill is low, you're still putting work into it, because you're not going to learn how to ride a bike without falling over a couple times, right? So if you were to put effort into that and all the other things that I named, you wouldn't be an incel. And you might say, oh, but 4 women rejected me. Well, let me tell you something. The reason I say sales and dating are linked, they're exactly the same, it's because you can't go out there, right? Let's just say sales is your profession. You're going to be a salesman. You're going to sell a product. And that's going to be your sole way of making money for the whole year. You got to pay rent with that. You got to pay bills. You want to go on dates, whatever it is, right? You have to sell. You go out there. You approach 5 people. You knock on 5 people's doors. You cold call 5 times. You send out 5 emails, whatever your form of selling is, right? If you talk to those 5 people and all those 5 people say no, are you going to say, oh, yeah, it's just sales. Sales doesn't work. No, you're not putting your product in front of enough people, okay? Talk to more people, because there's no way on this earth that, not even just one person needs the product that you have. Not just one person needs the solution that you have for their problem. Whatever. I can think of anything right now, right? I can think of, let's just say I want to sell my dirty socks. There is one weird creep out there in the world that has a problem. And he's like, oh, man, I just want to smell the sexiest man's in the world's socks. Fuck, right? So, some guy out there, some fucking creep in his mom's basement. Actually, the guy that be commenting, maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. So there's someone out there with that problem, right? But if I talk to 2 people and they're like, oh, no, then I'm not going to be able to sell my product, right? You have to talk to more people. It's the same thing with women. If we think about women in sales the same way, right? A lot of you guys approach 4 women and say, oh, I got rejected, so I'm not confident. Newsflash, everyone gets rejected. Even me, okay? It happens. Even Michael Jordan misses shots. Even LeBron James misses shots. As a matter of fact, he misses more than you. And that's why he is who he is. Because he's willing to risk it all. He's willing to fail over and over again in order to achieve success. So it's the same thing, right? With dating, there's a woman out there who just left her boyfriend, right? Maybe he got fat, whatever the case may be. There's a woman out there who just left her boyfriend because he cheated on her. There's a woman out there who got dumped by her boyfriend because she wasn't shit. There's a woman out there who got dumped by her boyfriend because she cheated. There's a woman out there who's in a relationship. There's a woman out there who's married. There's a woman out there who's single. There's a woman out there who's never been in a relationship, right? So there's different prospects. In business, in the business world, they call them prospects, right? So there's different prospects out there in the dating world. And if one woman tells you no, understand there's billions of women. There's billions of women. Just because one person doesn't like you, you haven't met the billions of women out there. So when I say there's billions of women, I'm not saying to approach a billion women. Shit, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. If you're just the ugliest motherfucker in the world, then sorry to break it to you, you got to put in more work, right? It's the same thing. If you're in the NBA, and I don't know who the shortest, because I don't pay attention to sports, but I don't know who the shortest NBA player is. But I know that there's one out there. I can't remember his name. But there was the shortest NBA player. That motherfucker, do you think he has to put in more work to be in the NBA than LeBron James because of his height disadvantage? Of course. But if that's what he wants and he set his mind on it, how the fuck did he make it to the NBA? Because he understood that he will do whatever the fuck it takes. Yeah, I'm shorter than them. Oh well, it is what it is. I want to be in the NBA. That's what I'm going to do. So it's the same thing with you. You might not be the most handsome motherfucker in the world. You work on everything that I told you, right? But your face might still be a little chopped. It is what it is. Do you want women or do you want to be an incel? Because if you want women, you can't just say, oh, but I'm chopped. Oh, women don't like me. No, there's some women out there who like you. There's some women out there. There's some women out there, right? Because some women, they might just like you for your personality. You might just have to work on other aspects, right? You're clean. You're in shape. You smell good. You might be chopped in the face. You might be like, this motherfucker is chopped. I'm not even going to lie. When he's fucking me, I might have to close my eyes. Matter of fact, I might have to close my eyes every time on a day. I might have to be like, direct me. So left. Okay. Right? But she has ears, right? She can close her eyes, but she has ears. And that's your time to work on your social skills. That's your time to work on your jokes, to work on, your humor and making her laugh, right? Because she might just like you for your personality. Because as a man, now am I saying that she's going to be like, this is the sexiest man in the world? Probably not. But hey, who cares? You just got to accept what you've been given in this world, right? My tattoo right here says, play your hand. What does that mean? In the game of poker, if you're given the shittiest hand, you can still win the game if you play your cards right. So it's the same thing with you, right? That basically means no excuses. Because shit, of course you'd want to be given a royal flush, the best hand possible. But even if you haven't been given the best hand in this world, you could still play your hand correctly and still win the fucking game. So even if you're chopped facially, I'm not saying that she's going to be like, this is the sexiest man on earth, right? I'm not saying that women are just going to be instantly attracted to you, but there's no reason why you should be an incel, because you have to put in effort. The same way that I went to the mall, right? Even though, to be honest, I didn't really want to, but I know I need to get some content, and POV content isn't the same as sitting here in a camera. It's a lot easier, right? It's a lot easier. It still takes effort, but it's a lot easier to just, speak. It's harder to yesterday I went to Millennium Mall and Florida Mall, and it was close to closing, so I couldn't really get any content. But, it is what it is. This is what I have to do. I'm going to go do some more of that. But the same way that I had to put in effort, you have to put in effort too. There's a target out there, and there's some baddies out there, waiting for you to talk to them. There's a There's a college waiting, with some baddies waiting for you to talk to them. There's a mall out there with some baddies waiting for you to talk to them. There's a coffee shop with some baddies waiting for you to talk to them. There's a restaurant with some baddies waiting for you to talk to them, right? There's a park out there with some baddies waiting for you to talk to them. But you have to leave the house. You have to put an effort. You have to make sure that your product is presentable, that people want to buy your product, right? Because you can't just throw shit on the table and say, yeah, that's the product. Just have it. And if you don't want it, it's your problem. You're the problem. No, you are the problem, sir. Okay? So go ahead and drop a like, leave a comment. I already know who's gonna leave a comment. And if listen, let's make a deal. Because I know right now you're probably listening to this video and you're like, I'm not gonna comment to not prove them right. Listen. I know you have a shrine with my face on it. It's okay. I accept you as my fan, okay? All the other guys, they're supporters. This guy is my fan, okay? He always comments on my incel videos. And listen, if you DM me, I will accept you with open arms, okay? I am here to help you, all right? If you're an incel, I'm telling you it's by choice, and I can actually help you out. You can leave your excuses in the comments if you want, but I'm truly here to help. So hit me up on Instagram at Optimal Man Coaching, and I got some more POV Riz content coming soon. So follow me on Instagram so that you can get the scoop on my story. And I've been asking people if I should make a new channel for that specifically or put it all on this one. And so far the votes have said keep it all on this one. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.